What's up, guys? I'm the Russell Gamer. Welcome to the first of our live commentary videos for Extreme Rules. I apologize. I am a tad late for several reasons. One of them being Peacock not wanting to operate correctly. And two, we already tried to do one take and I didn't have my audio devices set on the OBS. So I do greatly apologize about that. But we are here on the Kickoff match, which is Liv Morgan and Carmella. And one of the things we want to stress is the way this match was built first. If you guys go back to SmackDown, as they're on the outside, Carmella trying a super kick, and Morgan with a nice counter into that catapult and sends Carmella face first into the announcer's table, is that this was billed as Morgan's second pay-per-view match. And technically it's not, because they're on the kickoff and there's that jumping flatliner that Morgan likes to use and picks up the win over Carmella. But we're still going to talk about this just a bit longer because of the fact that we had such a damn late start when it comes to this match. And again, I do apologize about that. I thought I had everything configured, but apparently I did not. But
the key thing to note is Carmella and Liv actually just had a pretty good match. But the storyline that's been dealt with is stupid. It's basically just exactly the same as Doudrop and Eva Marie. Like, I'm attractive, you're not. Everyone wants to go out with me and give me stuff. Why would they do it for you? So it's like, okay.
And
that's nice.
The one thing I kind of almost noticed about Liv Morgan's gear, if you kind of look at it the right way, it's almost in the style of D-Generation X.
Yeah.
Black and green, and then she's got the X's everywhere. It's kind of DX-like, in a sense, for those of you who remember D-Generation X. But, yeah,
I think it's supposed to be... I think it's supposed to be X. Because of Extreme Rules.
Well, that too. That too, but... You know,
there's more extreme in her ring gear than the rest of the show. That says everything.
Now, as we are still waiting for the pay-per-view to begin at the time of this recording, another match was added during the kickoff. It's the New Day versus Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, and Omos. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Now, should we talk about how this match got set up real quick?
They literally just announced it from what I saw. I didn't fully see anything, but to me, I'm thinking they just announced it because it was literally like, okay, it's SmackDown. You realize that there's a certain champion that's wrestling a certain demon, but there's nothing happening on the Raw side. So, and then, you know, you'd have thought, like, just mention something then. But no. No, of course they didn't.
So that...
Also,
go ahead.
There's 6 matches. There's still only 6 matches on this card. Where is this going?
I have no earthly idea.
You know, I figured we were in Ohio. We have Corbin on the show. We know Owens isn't... Well, Owens seems to be at home, so he can't really be there, at least from what I've seen on Twitter. Which, you know, I'd have thought... You know, because, of course, Ohio is Paul's backyard. So I figured they were going to do something with Corbin Logan. But they didn't. Seemingly. The most open goal that WWE would want to do because, they're with the people. Spelt DAPEEEEEEEEP. OLLLLLLLE.
I don't mean to laugh.
You should, because that's what I feel about this show. Look, if you know that you want to have a wrestling show, but you're in between most of the SmackDown roster coming back from a UK tour, so they're going to be exhausted. Plus, we don't want anybody to get injured because the draft's coming up, and that would complicate everything with that. Plus, Saudi!
I just kind of wish I had a
Plus,
little graphic
you
when you do
realize
that.
because Extreme Rules is end of September now, rather than its usual sort of pretty soon after Mania. How close? It's literally months away from TLC, if TLC actually happens. So, I just don't know. It would have been better to make this Clash of Champions.
Well, yeah.
In all honesty. Because then, then you could actually warrant, a rematch or in some shape or form with Big E and Lashley. Because no doubt they would have done it, because somehow rematches sometimes happen and then sometimes don't whenever they find excuses to do it. Because we know, but then of course, TLC's happening apparently December the 19th. Because it is listed in WWE's upcoming events. The problem with that is less than 2 weeks before WWE's Day One. Their new gimmick pay-per-view, because they're trying to take on New Japan by having, the pay-per-view on New Year's Day in Georgia. So you're having a TLC thing with God knows how many crazy spots where people could get injured, and 2 weeks later, they need to be in action again. How do we build to pay-per-view? They've already advertised Reigns versus Lesnar. Obviously, we can get around that and it can be a non-title thing and still do it. But because of that being out there, everyone's under the impression that Reigns is retaining tonight. Which then means, so we're bringing back the Demon persona for absolutely nothing. Other than to bury the Demon persona, which they already did the first time around. That's why they basically left.
I sense your frustration and I understand it. So, only time will tell. Only time will tell. As what we see happen. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I'm sorry for it being such a short video, but hopefully everything else will go well. As far as the reaction videos and commentary videos, will go a little bit smoother than this one. Also, don't forget, Pro Wrestling 225 presents Fright Night, October 30th in Plaquemine, Louisiana at the Copac Gym. For more information on this and our other upcoming events, I know how to English, I swear to God, our other upcoming events, be sure you go check out Pro Wrestling 225 on Facebook for all the details. So with that being said, guys, we will see you in the opening match for Extreme Rules.